All right, sorry about that. Didn't know I was such a talkative human being. So let's get back to where we were talking about attendance. You read House Bill 410. Like I said, we'll have more information about that, but we have a priority this year on putting attendance in each period. I mean, I know we say it each year, but this year we have to, just due to the new regulations put out by the state. So the administrators and I will be speaking more about that in the near future. But again, we are going to put an emphasis on that this year. It's going to be one of our main focuses of making sure attendance is put in by each staff member every period. Number 3, handle your house. We talk about this each year. We don't want abusive language towards students. We never do. But make sure that you handle your classroom stay the same way you handle your house at home. We always have consequences in order to change student behavior, so let's never forget that. But again, if it's something that you can't address in your classroom, please feel free to reach out to administrators in order to take care of a situation that you've tried to remedy in your classroom has been unsuccessful. Look at number 4, something else we talk about each year, focusing on communication. So I always tell you guys, let phone calls make your life a little bit easier. So make phone calls to parents when there's any areas when it comes to things that they may be passionate about, emotional about, sensitive, especially student grades, student behavior. Please get on the phone and call parents. It's the best thing to remedy any of those situations is to get on the phone and call parents. So as you'll see on there, try to use Remind as much as you can. Google Classroom, give parents an opportunity to have access into each one of your classes. It's a great part about Gahanna's. We use that to be transparent. And I really think those are great tools you can use in order to give access to parents to communicate with you and be involved in your class. So this year, I will try to create a newsletter each week and send home through the email. So if you have anything you want to share with Cindy that we should know about, that other parents should know about, I'm telling you, you should do it, because a lot of people read it, get some great things out about what's going on in the building and some different programs that you have. So I recommend you share those things with Cindy and myself so we can include it in the newsletter. Number 6, when it comes to OTEs, SLOs, evaluations, we'll talk about that soon. No reason to bring it up now and talk about it. It's still fluctuating, so let's get some more information out there, and I think Ms. Slocum will be able to address any questions we have about that. I think Ms. Balguda will be getting information from those teachers who scored accomplished in order to see who they would like to have evaluate them for next year. So she told us that she'll be reaching out soon to you guys to get that information. So you look at number 7, so we're wrapping things up here. New programs, initiatives. We have the Chromebooks this year, so each student has been coming and picking them up when they register. I'm one of those people that it's a resource for teachers and students to use. We're not going to expect as administrators to come in and see Chromebooks being used each day by every teacher. That's not what they're there for. They're there to assist in instruction. They're not there to drive instruction. So never forget to use the resource as a tool, and don't let that tool guide your instruction. It doesn't have to. So again, it's not an expectation to use it every day. Now, if it's there, should we use it? If it helps student growth, of course. But there's not going to be an expectation that every lesson that you have is going to be using a Chromebook. That's not good instruction. So the Media Center and Miss Gleek, that'll be kind of the war room or the headquarters for Chromebooks. So if there's issues with Chromebooks, have the students go to the Media Center. Guys, I'm telling you, it'll drive you a little crazy starting out. I've done this before, as you know, at New Lexington with iPads. It's something that it'll be difficult in the beginning, but we got to teach kids responsibility. So chargers left around, students leaving devices. You're just gonna have to do the best you can, And if you need to make rules and procedures in your classroom for the Chromebooks, you're probably going to have to do that in order to maintain some type of direction for the kids during the day when they're in your classes. So just be patient with the kids. It's going to be a learning process for everybody. My suggestion would be to tell the kids to always make sure they bring it with them to school each day and have it charged, and make sure they know it's a privilege, not a right, to have the device. But we'll share more information as we go along about the Chromebooks. Again, it's a great tool. It's a great benefit for us to have. You can remember a few years back when we couldn't even get on the Wi-Fi, and now all our kids are going to have Chromebooks and have access. So it's a great thing, and Mr. Collett and the crew have done a great job. The music technology class is located in the distance learning lab, so you guys should check that out. They got a lot of great tools in there for kids to make music. We're pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be a good opportunity for a lot of our kids to do something different, share what they can do, and so that'll be in the distance learning lab next to the media center. We also are offering some new business courses, entrepreneurship and coding in the business department, so that's pretty exciting. I'm working with Junior Achievement, and also some other teachers are in the building to create more internship and job shadow opportunities for our kids. So I'll keep you guys aware of that. We're working with the city of Gahanna as well, so it could be something big that starts off a little bit slow, but it takes time to build things like that up. Mr. G shared with you some information about extended day service. So really what that is, we're getting rid of ISR and we're moving to giving kids community service for consequences. We'll try it and see how it works. I think it'll be more beneficial for us than ISR was. We're hoping, at least. And if it doesn't work, if we need to make improvements, we will. But I think it's something we should at least try. So I'm not telling you that it's our policies for discipline and consequences are black and white, because they're not. So it'll be the same as it's always been for different students in different situations. It'll fluctuate on what students get for discipline when it comes to extended day, Saturday school, out of school suspension. But again, it's going to be an opportunity for us. So Mr. G sent out the email about maybe seeing if any teachers are interested in doing that. Now you got to remember, that's going to be some community service, but also academic intervention is another huge piece of that. So it's kind of one of those things where we get kids out doing some things, for example, picking up trash around the school, beautifying the school space. But again, you and I both know sometimes these kids are getting in situations where they need to change their behavior. They're at-risk students academically, and they need all the help they can get. So if you're thinking about doing extended day, I would really think and consider, what you want your role to be, building relationships with kids, and it's going to have to be an academic relationship that you build in order to help kids progress and get back on track when it comes academically too, not just the community service portion of it. Letter F there, PLC expectations are going to be a little bit different this year. I'll send those out by Wednesday. Some things we'll be expecting from our PLCs in the high school. Last year it was kind of a test run for us, so this year we're going to have more expectations. Nothing major, nothing drastic. It'll just be more expectations so we can make sure that we're getting the best, most bang from our buck from our PLCs. Our tests from the Ohio Department of Education, we're changing from ACT to SAT, and so I have on there, we'll share more information regarding the SAT and staff professional development in the future. But there's a reason we did that. The amount of resources from the SAT are pretty good. So that's just one of the reasons that we're going to switch over and see how it goes, having the students take the SAT for their test from the state. Letter H, I know you're probably saying, well, he said that before about staff meeting days will be department meeting dates, but they are going to be this year. We're going to do everything possible that I can, so I'll probably be making a lot of videos sharing information, and if other teachers need to share information, they're probably going to need to get with me or create videos that we can share out to the staff so we can have another date and have 2 hours of the month dedicated to department meeting time so people can work in a bigger PLC and share what the other PLCs are doing. Since we're a little bit different, we have to have smaller PLCs. So that's one of our major goals, the administrators, is to do that this year. Number 8, we got some new staff shirts. They're t-shirts,